Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
He is known as the handsome hunk of Bollywood. From being the supermodel to the most desirable man, this versatile actor has various titles to his credit, and now he's all set to enthrall us as Captain Karan Sachdev in the upcoming web series The Final Call. It's none other than Arjun Rampal with us today.
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It really means a
Oh,
lot.
thank you.
So moving ahead, we saw the trailer and it's very captivating. And
Yeah, you liked it?
Yes, I loved it.
Great. Thank you.
So, one thing that you love about this web series?
I think just the premise, the way and the backdrop. You know, we all board flights. I take flights all the time, but it has never occurred to me that what if my pilot goes rogue? What if he decides to bring us all down? He can. He has all those controls in his hands. You know, and that is the character. He is not stable. He is mentally ill, and you know he is in depression. And is he suicidal? Does he want to take revenge? These are the things you kind of play with through as the series progresses. I thought that would be very thrilling for somebody to watch, you know. And also, I think it's important to kind of pinpoint, because you can do a physical examination to see if somebody's drunk or high or whatever it is, or is his eyesight okay. All those things you can do, you know. But who does a mental examination of these people? So I don't have anything against pilots, okay. But after I finished shooting for Final Call, it was very odd. It was when I was flying back from London, I heard about the unfortunate incident that happened where the Malaysian pilot took down some Malaysian Airways, and all those passengers died. And he did it on purpose because he was depressed, which is very, very close to what we've done. Yeah.
So in the trailer we saw there are these few scenes that are very consuming and very challenging. So emotionally, at some point, did you feel drenched, or was there any scene that was really difficult for you?
The climax, definitely. You know, I mean, the way the arc goes and where the peak happens was the most difficult. You know, the loneliness to capture. You know, and just to be sitting in a cockpit with nobody to interact with, and be talking to yourself, talking to, you know, the co-pilot who is incapacitated by now, and the ATC, you know, and to his own conscience. It was, I mean, something which I'd never done. So, yeah.
Any anecdotes that you would want to share? Because you know, we saw the trailer and we're really intrigued to find out how did the shooting and all go about.
Well, we shot in beautiful locations. The film goes from Lakshadweep to, I wasn't in Lakshadweep, but Lakshadweep, Thailand, Kashmir, London, you know, I think down south in Kerala somewhere. And so, I mean, it's gone to a lot of different locations as well, because there are other characters, they have their own backstories. So it was very, I mean, I went to Kashmir, I went to London, and I shot in Delhi, Chandigarh, and Mumbai. I mean, all the places that I went, these two, at least Kashmir, I went to for the first time, and it was really, really wonderful to go and shoot there. And I had to ride a bike through there, which you've seen in the promos and all, and it was wow. You know, this is really, really heaven.
Arjun, we have seen you, portraying various different shades all this while, and this again is a fresh one. So coming forward, as web series is the new genre, we can say, what are the different kind of web series genre you would like to explore?
There's so much. There's so many beautiful stories we have, and which can be told in a very nice manner. You know, there's a lot of history in India, which I think we can capture and bring nicely as a story, and use that history as the backdrop. If it is, you know, World War or pre-independence, or during post-independence, early post-independence, or you know, when the British initially came in, or when the Mughals were here. So there are lots of stories that we can actually explore and make, you know, interesting content there. So I think you will see that. Initially we were always, sometimes the story is so big that it doesn't fit into the format of just being a 2 hour film, but a 3 hour film can get tedious. Watching a film for 3 hours, we used to do that in like the 90s, but nobody does that anymore. Nobody has the patience or time for it. So those kind of stories, they kind of lend themselves to becoming web series very organically and very easily. So yeah, I think those kind of stories will come up and you will see a lot more of those.
We are really eagerly waiting to see more on the web series panel, because you are.
Yeah, because you just have to pay very little money and you get to see it on your mobile phone. And so you say, who's going to go into the theatre, which should not happen, because you should still go to the theatre and go and watch movies.
Yeah. There are certain A-listers or certain celebrities we really want to see. Like looking at you, the trailer was so intriguing that I'm just eagerly waiting for February.
No, I see. Don't look at it like that. It should not be about a person. It should be about the story. I endorse it because I believe in the story. I endorse it because Z5 believed in the story. Tarun believed in the story, and they've not left any stones unturned, because when you do a series, your whole audience shifts. It goes to 190 countries, say a Z5. You're competing with going to a global audience, so the reach becomes very different. You are also not just competing with your own peers, you're competing on an international level. So you have to get those level of production values, you have to get that level of content and writing and performances. And we are seeing that happen in India. So we are raising the bar, and it's allowing us to do that. So that's great. But you'll also see a lot of young talent, which you do see, and it should be encouraged. And you will see a lot of new directors and writers, and they all should be getting jobs and be doing what they do well.
Yeah, because content is the king nowadays.
Yeah.
Also, recently the film fraternity has decided to ban all the Pakistani artists because of the terror attacks. Would you want to say something on those lines?
It's sad that we bring artists who are actually good ambassadors of peace and love into a political situation or scenario. Yes, people are upset, emotions are running high, okay, and yes, we should be a bit stern, about what can be done and what cannot be done. We highlight the artist part of it, but actually I think what is being banned is business. Like nobody should be doing any business with anybody, because this is not how what one expects from each other. So I think when you talk about business, but you never talk about, iske chawal ka itna contract chala gaya, because that's boring for people, right? So they'll say, okay, artists and this, that, but artists are also part of an industry which is creating a business. So I think that's what's being banned, everywhere. We are not doing trade, we are not into dialogue, and I hope that all this goes away, because finally we should all be living peacefully. It's one life. Okay, we all are going to die. It's going to be a miserable end anyways. So, I mean, why not just make sure that the journey that everybody is here to live, we live it peacefully and well.
Thank you, Arjun. And before we wind up, there is this one fan question that fans eagerly want to know.
Yeah.
Arjun is recently found love. So if you would want to share about
What is this?
your recent found new love, Gabriella.
Who? हाँ? कौन है वो? आपको प्यार हो गया है?
नहीं sir. Fans want to know about.
Fans want to know. Which fans?
Twitter.
अच्छा. No, madam. My personal life is my personal life. I think we'll keep it to that. In terms of love, I have lots of love inside of me, and a lot of my fans can have all my love.
One last message for your fans.
Well, 22nd of Feb, guys, gear up to take that flight of a lifetime on Z5. I'm not just saying it because this is my series. I've worked with Z5 people for the last 8 months, and really what they're planning to do, the kind of entertainment they are also programming, definitely get the Z5 app. You won't be disappointed. There's going to be a lot more than just the final call, but you can start with that. There's already a lot of good content out there for you.
Thank you so much, Arjun.
Thank you.
This was Arjun Rampal with us, and this is Priyanka Chauhan signing off for now with cameraman Babaji and Mangesh in their forums, Mumbai.
I'm Arjun Rampal, and you're watching me on India Forum.